Princess Diana lost her life in a car accident in the early hours of Sunday, August 31, 1997. She was 36 years old when she died. Dodi Al-Fayed, her lover, Trevor Rees-Jones, her bodyguard, and car driver Henri Paul were all in the vehicle with her. There was only one survivor, Rees-Jones. How did Princess Diana die? Do you know the true story of her tragic car accident? You will be shocked to know everything about her death. Here is a look at what happened the night she died and the lasting legacy she left behind. After her divorce in late August 1997, Princess Diana was eager to start a new chapter in her life. The 36-year-old royal mother to 12-year-old Prince William and 15-year-old Prince Harry was developing a romantic relationship with Dodi Al-Fayed, the son of Mohammed Al-Fayed, the owner of Harrods department store. The newlyweds had been spending their summer vacationing together in France. Diana and Al-Fayed were being followed by paparazzi on August 31, 1997, when their automobile crashed into a support column, rolled, and came to a stop in front of oncoming traffic while they were in Paris with a driver and bodyguard. Before Diana's death was declared at about 5 in the morning on August 31, medical personnel worked for hours to keep her alive. Al-Fayed and the driver passed away instantly. Diana's life is shown in Season 6 of The Crown, along with the aftermath of the fatal collision. However, people revealed in October 2022 that the show will not feature the actual moment of impact. The final phone conversation the princess had with her sons, which actually took place, is one of the details the show goes into when she was leaving the Ritz with Al-Fayed. What caused Princess Diana's death? Princess Diana passed away from severe injuries she had received in a car accident in the Paris Pont de l'Alma tunnel. The paparazzi followed the princess's vehicle while she was in Paris with Al-Fayed in an attempt to capture a picture of the duo. In an effort to avoid the cameras, the car's driver, Henri Paul, who was later discovered to be drunk, turned into a tunnel that ran alongside the Seine River. But while the car was being driven at 121 miles per hour, it soon spun out of control. After the massive, violent and horrifying catastrophe, Jerome Laumanier, who was nearby, told people, and there was this lone sound of a car horn followed by this huge, terrifying crash. Although Paul and Al-Fayed were declared dead at the spot, Diana was brought straight to Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital. After failing to halt the internal bleeding, doctors attempted to restart her heart for hours using cardiac massage and electric shocks. Eventually, they decided to quit by common consent, according to Reuters. At that point, the princess was declared dead. Princess Diana passed away around 4 a.m. on August 31 night. Princess Diana passed away. British Foreign Secretary Robin Cook swiftly confirmed the story, saying, "I am greatly shocked by this news. At this very difficult time of great loss for her family, our first thoughts must be with her children and relatives." Princess Diana's sisters, Lady Sarah McCorquodale and Lady Jane Fellows, accompanied Prince Charles on a journey to Paris after her death in order to return Diana's body to London. Diana's butler, Paul Burrell, and driver, Colin Tebbett, were by themselves with her body when the three of them arrived at the hospital. Where did Princess Diana pass away? Al-Fayed and Diana took a plane owned by Al-Fayed's father to the French capital, where they were billeted in a $2,000 per night suite at the Ritz, another property of the Al-Fayed family. That night, the couple had dinner at the hotel's restaurant, where a hotel employee told people they looked like two love-struck teenagers. The two chose not to stay at the Ritz after learning that about 30 photographers were waiting outside. Instead, they went to Al-Fayed's flat off the Champs-Élysées. Most of them remained where they were until Diana and Al-Fayed got into a car with Paul and drove off, even though they attempted to elude the photographers with 3 dummy cars. Who else lost their life in the car crash? Paul the driver and Al-Fayed, Princess Diana's boyfriend, both passed tragically at the scene. Later on, it was discovered that Paul, a Ritz employee at the time, was operating a vehicle with an unlawful blood alcohol content. Despite suffering severe injuries, Al-Fayed's bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones was the only one to survive the collision and the only one who used a seatbelt. In her final words, what did Princess Diana say? Princess Diana's final remarks were disclosed by firefighter Xavier Gourmelin in a 2015 interview with The Independent. As per Gourmelin, Diana asked, "Oh my God, what has happened?" After momentarily regaining consciousness. Along with other persons, Gourmelin performed chest compressions on Diana in order to revive her. Diana would be all right, he thought at the moment. According to him, it was a relief, of course, because as a first responder you want to save lives, and that's what I thought I had done. He continued, saying it was extremely upsetting to learn that she had passed away the next day and that the entire episode is still very much in my mind, even though I now know that there were serious internal injuries. That night's memory will stay with me forever. The final moments before Diana passed away are depicted in The Crown Season 6, featuring a phone conversation between her and her sons, Prince Harry and Prince William, who were at Balmoral Castle in Scotland at the time. In the 2017 documentary Diana, Our Mother, Her Life and Legacy, Harry and William commented on a real-life incident that is modeled by this fictitious phone call. "Harry and I were in a desperate rush to say goodbye, see you later." Speaking of the call, William stated, If I'd known now obviously what was going to happen, I wouldn't have been so blasé about it and everything else. Harry and I were in a desperate rush to say goodbye, see you later." Speaking of the call, William stated, If I'd known now obviously what was going to happen, I wouldn't have been so blasé about it and everything else. Harry continued, I can't really necessarily remember what I said, but all I do remember is probably regretting for the rest of my life how short the phone call was. Why was Prince Charles asked about the 2004 death of Princess Diana? A few years after Princess Diana passed away, Prince Charles was invited to be questioned and an investigation into her death was launched by the British Metropolitan Police. In 1995, Princess Diana addressed a note to the police that said, My husband is planning an accident in my car, brake failure and serious head injury. According to reports, Diana thought Charles would be plotting this kind of mishap in order to wed Prince William and Prince Harry's nanny at the time. Charles gave the investigation his all attention, but nothing came of it. The fact that Princess Diana's sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, have worked so hard to make sure her legacy endures through them and their own children is one reason why she is still as relevant today as she has always been. At the 2022 Diana Awards, Prince Harry told the audience that he could see his mother's work continuing on through them. The speech took place on his mother's birthday. "It is in all of you," he remarked, "that I see her legacy. Her influence can be seen in a multi-generational Diana Award community. Every time I interact with families, youth, and kids from around the globe, I witness her legacy. And every day, when I look at my own kids, I see my mother's legacy." This was similar to what Prince William said to Diana Awards winners in 2019 during their stay at Kensington Palace, his residence. How did you find these young people?" He inquired, according to Tessie Ojo, CEO of the Diana Award organization, who spoke with People. "These really are revolutionary." Additionally, he told the students, My mother would be so proud of you." In their own lives, Prince William and Prince Harry have also continued to honor their mother by continuing her work. William collaborated on an initiative to end homelessness in May 2021 with the group Centrepoint, which his mother had supported during her lifetime. Harry demonstrated in January 2022 that his mother is never far from him when he went to Angola to retrace his mother's January 1997 landmine hike. So viewers, for the next update please to subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.